Hello, 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 and welcome back to another Etiquette Raiders stream. So, you know what time it is, chat. It is once again another Christmas Eve. We're having some fun. Got in just under the wire shortly before the shift over into Christmas. I haven't streamed in a while. There's a lot more stuff for you all to see. Hope you all are having a good holiday season. Whatever flavor of holiday you happen to enjoy. I have been a very busy beaver. Yeah, actually, it's like the perfect time to show this off. Because I don't believe I've streamed this. That's right, chat. An octagonal pyramid. I think it looks pretty great. All of this, we're going to surround alternating layers of normal and then crying Audi. And then once that's done, I'm going to hollow out the interior with a shit ton of TNT. Oops. So as you can see, it's a rather substantial project. Let me turn my sound up. Let me know comments if sound quality needs work. Negative 18 decibels. Oh, that's a little bit better. There we go. For 1,000 years, we make it back around. There we go. Oh yeah, I'll give an example of what I'm doing here. So this area is a little bit different because I had these blocks on top, but then the other ones are just one layer beneath. And then I'm going to go inside and nuke it all out and have a ready-made irregular structure. As you all know, I'm a big fan of irregular structures. all coming together. I even got my PNG model up. For some reason, I was sort of afraid it would, I don't know, overtax my computer. I'm sure it'd be fine. I don't know. You just come up with wacky fears as you go. Let's see. So I'll just be chilling out, enjoying the nighttime vibes, chat. Got my Duolingo streak up to 951 days as of today. The last time I streamed, so I streamed on Halloween, and then I technically did November 1st, and I did November 2nd, but, or actually no, the second stream was on November 1st, but I forgot to get that VOD before it shit itself, so that's why that never got posted. I'm having a lot of fun. What game did I start playing recently? I started playing, I guess this is day 3 of playing South Park Stick of Truth. There's a lot of wild shit in that game. I'd stream it, but I'd have to check that. I want to say it definitely goes into TOS territory. I don't know though. Probably better to play it safe. I suppose I could just check to see if other channels are streaming it. Imagine I get nuked by Twitch and I go, nuh-uh, other streamers playing the same game, but there's nothing you can do about it. And then I'm like, oh shit, sorry. stat check in a while. We got 1,593,751 obby and a bunch of other shit. Technically, this would be the third year, third Christmas. The first Christmas I wasn't streaming yet. It wasn't until the beginning of last year. Oh shit, it was 2024. Whew. Time flies, chat. Resolution is to, you know, the usual shit, get my streaming schedule back online, get some more consistent streams. Who knows? We hit affiliate next year. I'll get better at building interiors in Minecraft as well. It's always been sort of tricky for me. I tend to end up making just like grid patterns and then not knowing what to fucking fill out the rest of the interiors with. I suppose as with everything, it's just practice until you suck less. It's the name of the game in life. Can't do any better than this internet connection, chat. Nice strong internet. 6,000 kilobits per second. Greased lightning, chat. I have to admit, like, I like the animal armadillo, like, in real life, but the Minecraft armadillos have gotten, like, beyond fucking annoying. They should have added a leprosy update, so they actually did something. I know they dropped scoots, but what the fuck am I doing with that? That's a good question. Of course, my phone is out of range. I'm falling and I can't get up. So a bit over here. You know, as I think about it, I think that, honestly the bigger issue with Stick of Truth would be YouTube, because I know there's at least one scene of cartoon nudity. Yeah. I think if nothing else, you'd get age restricted, but there's like actual nipple and a bunch of other shit. I don't know. So I just tend to post my VODs on my YouTube. Probably talked about this before. Maybe I have. Who knows? But I think I've figured out why I enjoy irregular structures so much. Is I tend to hyperanalyze everything, and irregularity sort of piques my interest more. If I know what's coming next, I'm less likely to enjoy it as much. something really relaxing about doing this style of building as well. You don't have to think as much, just sort of go with the flow and match the colors to things. It's like filling, it's like color by numbers. It's like nowadays, that's shit, I can't even remember the last time I saw a color by numbers coloring book. It's like activities I did growing up. I think the last time I did a coloring book would probably be like 2001 or some shit. Fucking eons ago. Get out of my fucking way. It's like Mojang just intentionally just adds dumb shit. Ugh. Please, I just want to build my fucking blocks. think because July 15th, 2022, 23, 24, starting 22, so 23, it's 1 year, 23 to 24 is 2 years, 24 to 25 is 3 years, shit, we get to July of next year, it'll be 4 years the base has existed. That's fucking crazy, chat. Yeah, never thought it would have lasted this long. Very happy about it. A lot of luck involved as well. Acknowledge that. Just vibe out and have fun. I think that's the way to do it. So Minecraft keeps me interested. Oh shit, we're starting to be able to see the... Actually, I wonder if I should do that with this whole fucking interior here. Because of course the glass will come out. Bees are buzzing away happily. Not bothering anybody. Bees, I enjoy bees. Bees don't annoy me. At least you can get honey from them. Fuck you. God damn it. Okay, so maybe trying to piece this shit back together. That does chat me. Okie dokie. Ooh, that's one thing I did. Back on the 15th, I got a new gym membership. I'm very happy with that. Oh, for those who... It's been eons since I've been able to give, like, gym updates with shit. So, I did squat on the first night, and my prior record was 200 pounds. I did, but on the 15th I did 234 pounds for 2 reps. Felt solid as fuck. And I believe, too, so back in early 2024, when I was doing all my working out in the shed, I did 2 squats with 185, and at that point, I was only regularly doing like 135 and didn't have smaller plate increments, so I jumped to like 50 pounds, and I sort of tweaked out my back a bit, and had, I don't know, off and on issues, but with a much better protein and creatine regimen, I did these 2 reps of the 234, felt solid as fuck. Was very proud of it. Form was good. I believe I reached parallel, so it wasn't like I was just bullshitting myself. I have Olympic weights too, so the plates are all the same size, even if they weigh lighter. So that helps a lot, because you don't have like the plate rattle, all that shit. Really happy about that. My current, I haven't tried squat or deadlifting at the new place yet. But my prior record that I did in the summer with that got it up to 285, and I'm hoping, depending on how it feels, I'd like to be able to break through 300. One thing that did piss me off, I cannot for the life of me understand. So you join a new gym and you get a complimentary personal trainer hour session, because they're trying to get you to sign up for a bunch of shit. So I do that, have a great time with that, and I do the body composition thing, so you take your shoes off and take off the rest of the junk. You have your clothes on, it's nothing weird. But get this fucker out of my goddamn way. Fuck you, die. So they do the body scan, and so on the 15th, I weighed 287. Now that was with like shoes and shit on, and I think I had like a fanny pack on. But like in the summer, I weighed 236. So I have a hard time believing that I have gained fucking 50 pounds between now and the summer. So that was really odd, because it's not like I'm eating more. I'm eating around the same amount of food. So unless the only thing I can think of is that my default caloric intake has been higher than my caloric expenditure, which obviously that's how you gain weight. So I think like 3 days after the 15th, so I want to say like the 17th, I do this little test, comes out to 282. That was the other thing that pissed me off. The machine tried to take 2 inches off my height. I'm a fucking 6'1". This thing, fucking, 5'11", like, bullshit. I'm like early 30s. I should not be fucking shrinking yet. So, whatever. But the thing that irks the fuck out of me, they do a fat percentage scan. So you get a bunch of data. And this is like, I'm literally walking every day. Fat percentage came out to 44.7%. Like, you could have fucking knocked me out with a feather. I was like, internally, I was like shitting brick. Like, what the fuck do you mean? And that was the other thing too. So it what was the other thing? Yeah, it said so with 44.7%, 7%, they equated out to 126 pounds of fat. And then the muscular skeletal muscle, like across all, so torso, fucking arms and legs, was only like 77 pounds of muscle. And so, I don't know, because I know, like, physical-wise, the more you weigh, the more, in theory, you should be able to move. I don't know, I haven't had physics, but that's my rough understanding of it. So, you know, for my own mental math, as I'm, like, calculating out, now, of course, poundage, the human body, there's a lot of shit going on. You got electrolytes, how much sleep have you had, what's your hormonal balance. It's a lot of shit happening. But with my unattuned eye, I start to wonder how the fuck is 77 pounds total. Now, that's just the muscles, not accounting for, like, pounds of the bones, all this other shit. Efficiency of, like, your VO max, do you have creatine in your body, what's your protein intake. But for 77 pounds for just a couple days earlier to move 234 pounds, I don't know, it just sounds a little fucky to me. I don't know. I suppose it'd be a good question for, like, a kinesiology person, because they might be able to shed some more light on what the hell's going on there. But, yeah, and so, like, the muscular... Oh, yeah, so... 6'1", 282, it said, it has a little scale, and it was, like, beyond obese. And I'm like, fuck you, I can literally run 2 miles. Like, I know morbidly obese motherfuckers, and they sure as shit can't do what I'm doing. Now, okay, maybe I'm, like, ultra athlete, fucking death's door obese, apparently. But, I don't know. I mean, back in 2024, I was moving, like, not like all the time, but one of the most extreme physical activities I did, I had like 74 pounds of liquid that I was moving, and I had to walk 4 miles with that shit. Now, if I was classified as obese, I would question whether someone would have the cardiovascular capacity to do that, because, I've been shittier in the past where, like, okay, I took my first jogging class in 2018, and that shit was pathetic. Like, I did not have the lung capacity at that point, but I sure should have it now. Like, I don't get winded, like... Oh, that was the other thing, too. So I did I did stationary bike, and so they're doing all this shit. No, this wasn't, like, part of the test. This is just me doing stuff in general. And I noticed that my passive heart rate is much lower. It's like 112-ish. And, like, in the summer, I was happy to get, like, beneath 150. And even when I was on the bike for, like, 20 minutes, never even dipped up to 150. I think at most it dipped up to, like, let's say 135. So, I don't know. One thing I am attacking from so the dude's recommendation, regardless of how I feel about it, I'm sort of taking it as gospel a little bit and trying to switch up my diet. And he recommended, like, oh, well, this was one thing I was pretty happy with. So when I'm working out, apparently my caloric expenditure, so if I, like, do nothing in a day, my passive caloric expenditure is like 2,200, and if I'm working, my body is burning 2,900. And so he was saying, if you work out and then do, like, a reasonable caloric deficit of, like, 500 calories, so, 24 something, and then also are hitting hard with working out, but to hit the goal weights protein intake per day, that will, along with resistance training, because as I've, been tilted as fuck about, 44.7% fat, I then start looking into, basically what I'm trying to do is recomposition training, so basically become less of a fat fuck. And so I've been looking into the mechanisms of, how does the fucking human body work? And apparently to put on muscle, now it works differently with there's endomorphs, mesomorphs, and I don't know, there's other shit. I'm the fucking endomorph type where very easy for me to put on fat. They can be strong, but it's just, I don't know. Tilts the shit out of me. But, so if someone is just putting on muscle, the body's natural pattern is to also put on a pound of fat. And so there's the problem. So if I was doing a traditional fat intake, I do drink, or was drinking, more whole milk. I had been doing a lot of GOMADs, so that could be a contributing factor. But what I'm hoping is that with such a aggressive uptake of protein and still maintaining a caloric deficit, and doing a lot of effort, I can hopefully get some numbers there. So for the first time ever, I was able to hit the protein macro goals. My prior record was back in early 2024, where the only cheap protein I had available was tuna, and that was brutal. Definitely wasn't able to hit anywhere near. The most I'd eaten was 165 grams of protein, and that was rough because of the mercury intake. I felt like I was literally having my IQ drop because of the mercury fog all that consumption generated. And plus, that was definitely over recommended weekly consumption of tuna rate. So what I've done instead is I was watching Lord Athel and wanted his recommendation on protein macro intake. He suggested, dude's I don't know, I really enjoy watching Athel. He has a background, he lived in Japan for 5 years, was teaching English. Really, really well-rounded dude. Very entertaining. Makes a lot of music. Bilingual. I think he even did bodybuilding competitions. Dude's ripped as fuck. And so he knows all of this stuff. And but he was recommending Greek yogurt. So I go on my little journey, because then the issue becomes, how do I get cost-effective protein intake that isn't just destroying the wallet in the process. And so on the Greek yogurt, there's the Protein Max 5000 fucking Greek yogurt that has 5 doses, and each dose is 19 grams. And I'm like, well, shit. And it's 2 pounds of yogurt, and it's fat-free, and it only has 1 ingredient. There's no sugar. It's just it is macros and nothing else. And so if I just eat and if I eat that whole tub, that's 95 grams of protein, and it's less volume than a second gallon of milk would be. I'm also tipping into, and I did the math on the calories, because I am tipping underneath that 2,400 calories, at least on the protein side, because I want to say 2% milk. Oh gosh. Well, I know whole milk is like 2,400 by itself. If you did a whole gallon, 2% is, I want to say 1,700, which is reasonable. And I believe 1% would dip down into like 900 something, but I'm having trouble finding 1% in whole gallon form. You can get it in half gallons, but that costs more proportionally. So I have been, I did it on the first day, felt fantastic, woke up. Second day did it, it was harder. And then like third day, it was just like I was getting some kickback from this body. I think just like trying to get used to this new normal. I also have incorporated sweet potato into the regimen as like my complex carbs, low glycemic index. Fucking love the energy that sweet potato gives me. I don't have the crash as much. I'm also combating like technically caffeine dependence. So like over the summer I was like, oh well, I've heard caffeine is performance enhancer, and you know, it's nothing crazy like fucking steroids would be. And so I was like, oh well, we'll use our heart as a gauge. If I'm having like, you know, my heart's freaking the fuck out, okay, we'll just step back. So I average around, didn't really go above 400 milligrams per person per day, and didn't really have issues. But then I started having some weird shit that it like literally took me months to figure out how much of a motherfucker caffeine withdrawals are. Because I would wake up with aches and pains in my back, and basically what you would think is the beginning of a cold, so like just stuffy sinuses. And then I didn't put together, if you just take some caffeine, all of that shit like disappears within like 30 minutes. It's really fucking odd. And I'll have to look at like what the mechanism of that is in the body, because it's like super weird. But looking into it, yeah, no, like, oh, that was the really freaky thing. I woke up a couple times with like my index and like my middle finger were involuntarily moving. It wasn't like Parkinson's or anything. It was just like, and you could override the signal. Ironically enough, I've had, I never knew this until a few years ago. I was at a Wegmans and they were selling 2-ounce packs of wasabi. And oh, I love horseradish, love wasabi. Fuck it, let's go. I start taking the wasabi, have some sushi with it, and then I just go full ham on this wasabi. And as I was sitting there, my fingers just start fucking moving by themselves. Well, as I learned, if you have too much wasabi, it has a mild, like, nervous system toxic effect, where it is like fucking with your impulse transfer. So, you know, the nervous system is like super fucking important, so you don't want to have that happen. So when this was happening, where I was waking up and just having my fingers fucking move, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I had this weird, I was simultaneously hot and cold, and I was like uncontrollably shivering. Well, looking into it, yeah, baby, that's caffeine withdrawal. And then I was like, holy shit. So, how have I been trying to combat this? Because it's like pretty fucking annoying. It's usually like when I wake up in the morning, it's because my back's hurting because I've gone 12 hours without caffeine. And looking into how that would, so if you're trying to get off of that shit completely, you would want to just taper down your caffeine dosage over time, or else you're going to get hit with that. And apparently, looking at if someone goes cold turkey, it'll take like, let's see, 72 hours, with it getting progressively fucking worse as your brain is tweaking the fuck out, wondering where caffeine is. And so, yeah, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. So when I have my shit wired, I have been trickling down. So the problem is I have my pre-workout now. This is before I made this connection about the whole caffeine issue. The pre-workout comes with like 200. So I've been like, because it also has creatine in it. So I've been trying to use that each day. So I would usually do like pre-workout, that's 200 milligrams caffeine. And then I'd do like a Reign energy drink, which would also be 200. So I've been trying to wean myself down to only 200 instead of 400. And I've had some success. One thing I have had good luck with, I found when I would use nitric oxide, it's basically just a supplement blend that makes nitric oxide in your system. So caffeine restricts your circulatory system, and nitric oxide dilates it. And I sort of made it, I guess I was sort of meditating a little bit, and obviously people get anxiety like when you have a lot of caffeine. And so I was just sort of going a little cerebral with it, trying to figure out, what's going on physiologically. And so I've come to my own little conclusion that the source of maybe that anxiety is like if your circulatory system is getting constricted, increases blood pressure, all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, shit, technically, I mean, it's almost like your circulatory system is getting, on a very small scale, strangled. And so maybe that's why the body's like, oh shit, general anxiety, and then when you have a vasodilator, within reason, you don't want to like drop your blood pressure too much because that could create its own fucking problem. But yeah, no, you feel like loosey-goosey, and you just like stop worrying about shit. And so when I wake up in the morning, I notice even though I'm technically in a caffeine deficit, I'm not having the back stuff as much. And so that seems to be helping. I noticed too, once I started working out, waking up in the morning, totally don't have any back problems. And then I noticed like once the back group had sort of gotten past that delayed onset muscle soreness, started having some more again. So I think there's some sort of element of muscle will functionally armor whatever's going on in the spine. And so I'm sort of toying around with that, and definitely making sure to take my time with getting back into it. I sure as shit with what I learned the hard way in 2024. Definitely don't want to tweak my spine out, because that was like pretty fucking scary. But I think my diet in general is much better now, and it was kind of crazy because when I did that day with like the roundabouts 253 grams of protein, that shit was kind of crazy because I felt my bicep and it was like, I don't know, it was hard as fuck. And so I don't know, maybe I've just been a fucking weakling all this time and just don't even know what proper macros feels like. And felt more confident. It's definitely, I don't know, if you have the nutrients you need, you fucking feel better. bro discovers nutrition. But yeah, no, oh shit, I've been battling like 30 fucking minutes. Whoa, shit, 40 minutes basically just on working out. But yeah, no. So I am going to drop frames. Oh, virtually nothing. So we were silky smooth frame-wise. Alrighty, chat. Let me see who is on at the moment. I want to raid into somebody. I've been slacking on my Etiquette Raider duties of raiding into people, so let's see if we can rectify that. Let's see if there is anybody fun we can raid into. Let's see. Let me see. Make sure. Who do we have we can raid into? Yeah, really love streaming today, chat. Pleasure as always. I appreciate you all for tuning in, checking out the VOD on YouTube. Well, let me see. Who do we want to raid into? I don't know. Let me see who is online. Actually, wait a minute. Hey, Bruins is online.
133. Fuxi, god of civilization, culture, and heaven.
Let's see here.
Nuwa, goddess of creation of the earth.
Okay,
Shena,
so
god of agriculture and herbal medicine.
let me mute Bruins for a second here as I do my little psychobabble. So I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. And as Etika would say, have yourselves a damn good one. Bye-bye. Let me see if I can get a raid going here, chat. /raid. Let me make sure the spelling is correct here. Copy, and we paste. /raid there. Okay, we're going to be raiding into Mr. Brunswick. Behave yourselves, don't be a dickhead.
And
Is that really bad?
I'll see you next time, chat.
Well, I'll read to you why.
Bye-bye.
God of agriculture and herbal medicine. His focuses are farming, myth units, and healing. His god blessing is Gift of Beasts. And that is Shedog summons myth units from the next age of your